Hello, my little toads. Grammy here with another picture book. And this one is called Fancy Nancy and the Mermaid Ballet, written by Jane O'Connor and illustrated by Robin Price Glasser. Remember, when we talk about illustrated, that means that the person I just said, Robin Price Glasser, is the person who did all of the pictures for this book. And it just so happens that in 2013 that she won or was awarded by the Children's Book Council Illustrator of the Year for the pictures in this very book. And I love them. I can see why she won. So let's go ahead and get started with Fancy Nancy. Whoops. Okay. Fancy Nancy and the Mermaid Ballet. I have thrilling news. Thrilling means terrific and exciting, all mixed together. We're going to be in a ballet. I tell my mom and JoJo, it's called Deep Sea Dances. Oh, she's very excited, isn't she? I'm positive that's Fancy for 100% sure that Madame Lucille will pick Bree and me to be mermaids. We play mermaids all the time. JoJo's kiddie pool is our lagoon. A lagoon is a fancy kind of a lake. That looks like a fun summer day, doesn't it? We pretend that our clubhouse is called Mermaid Mansion. Mansions are almost as big and fancy as castles. Our mermaid names are turquoise and sapphire, which are fancy shades of blue. Here is my mermaid costume. I designed it myself. The night before dance class, I perform for everyone. Not to brag, but I am the most graceful person in my family. Ta-da! I make my grand entrance. I do leaps that are called jetés and knee bends that are called pliés. Don't you love how so many ballet words are in French? I love Fancy Nancy. I love the way she just joyfully just dances through life. Ooh, maybe Madame Lucille will make me the head mermaid. Then I lower my voice. Of course, I'll feel terrible if I end up with a bigger part than Bree. Nancy, remember that being in a ballet is thrilling no matter which part you have. I nod. I guess my mom is worrying that Bree won't get a good part too. Today I hardly wobble at all when I balance on one leg. And I am almost positive that Rhonda bumped into me and not the other way around. Twice, Madame Lucille says that I am making progress. That's fancy for getting better. I say, merci, madame, and then I curtsy in the special ballet way. She's such a dramatic girl. At the end of the class, Madame Lucille announces the parts. Bree and I sit together. All of my fingers are crossed. I can hardly stand the suspense. They all are waiting to hear what their parts are for the Mermaid Ballet. At pickup time, I tell my dad the awful news. I am a tree. And I'm just an oyster, Bree says. My dad acts like this is so thrilling. Dad, you don't understand. My costume will be brown, I explain. There's no way to look fancy in brown. Later, we have a tea party to cheer ourselves up. I say, Chérie, that's French for darling. You are going to be the greatest oyster ever. Brie said, nobody will be a better tree than you. At the next dance class, we practice our parts, and guess what? I'm not just a plain old tree. Madame Lucille tells me to pretend that I am a weeping willow. Willows are very graceful, Madame says. Their branches swoop and sway and swirl in the wind. I swoop and sway everywhere I go. I make my face look very sad because I am a weeping willow. Grammy loves Fancy Nancy. A week later, there is startling news. Startling is fancied for surprising, only in a bad way. Savannah, who is one of the mermaids, has sprained her ankle. She cannot dance. But Madame Lucille tells us Savannah can still be in the ballet. She will be one of the oysters. Because I guess it's pretty easier to be an oyster or a shellfish of any kind with a sprained ankle. And Brie will take Savannah's place as one of the mermaids. Say what? Brie throws her arms around me. She is beaming. That's smiling from ear to ear. I'm so happy for you, I say, only I don't really mean it. Why do you suppose she's not happy for her friend Brie, who got a better part? Do you think she might be a little bit jealous? She might be. At home, I stuff my beautiful costume in the back of my closet. My mermaid days are over. When my mom comes to say goodnight, I tell her about Brie. I'm a terrible girl. I lied. I said I was happy for her. That's not lying exactly. You want to be happy for Brie. Don't you, my mom asks me. Well, of course, she's my best friend. It's just hard now because Brie got something you wanted very much. You're jealous. But your heart is so generous and warm, it will melt the bad feelings away. I am 100% positive that my mom is the wisest mother in the world. The next morning, I give Brie my fanciest shell tiara. It's yours for keeps, I tell her. I wish we were both mermaids, she says. Soon it is time to get ready. My costume is magnificent. My branches are made of tinsel, and I wear a little nest in my hair. I'm going to be the fanciest willow tree ever. The ballet is a smashing success. That's fancy for a big hit. When it's my turn to dance, something happens. I feel carried away by the music. I swoop and sway almost as if I were a real weeping willow. At the end, we all get a standing ovation. That means everybody jumps up and claps like crazy. Oh, there's Fancy Nancy in her willow costume. My parents give me a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Merci, I say. Mom, you were right. It was thrilling to perform in a ballet. We all go to the King's Crown to celebrate. Brie and I toast each other. That means we clink our glasses together and then we shout, "Bravo!" for us. And that's the end of Fancy Nancy and the Mermaid Ballet. Did you like that story? I loved reading it to you.